Hey, what's up? How's it going? Checking in for the day. Very productive today. In fact, very productive. I went down to Bicester, as I said I was going to do some prep work for some upcoming presentations. And having said that, I really struggle with the whole taking time out working on the business. Sorry, working in the business. I'm good with the on the business stuff, the marketing, the social media. Supposedly so good at creating opportunities with outbound sales calls and all those things. So I like that because it makes me feel like I'm making progress. But I haven't been so good at motivating myself and feeling like I'm making progress when I'm doing the in the business stuff, not the presenting. I love that. That's what I do it for. It's the thing I love the most. But it's the prep work and sitting down to do that stuff. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's more that I don't get that sense of movement forwards, that sense of progress at the end of it. So this morning, for example, I spent maybe 3 hours focusing on 4 presentations that I've got coming up. And by the end of it, I still haven't got any complete presentations. So there's no do this bit of work. At the end of it, I've got something to show for it, because of course I haven't. But all of those hours that you spend doing the prep work is what makes the actual presentation work. That's the whole point of it. So I was quite happy today that I managed to motivate myself and structure my time to actually get down and do some work on 4 different presentations. So I just set myself, method was Pomodoros all the way, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and I was quite strict with it. So I spent 25 minutes on one presentation, 5 minutes, get up, go to the toilet, have a coffee, whatever, drink some water, walk around a bit, then back down to work again. But I was also what I call dark mode, where I just turned off all social media, turned off well, you don't turn it off, but using an app called an extension rather called Strict Workflow on the laptop, it just blocks you from any social media or email sites for the period of 25 minutes. And also I turned the phone onto flight mode, not just silent, but actually onto flight mode. And so I wasn't being disturbed. And I wasn't, I said to my group in Boost, I said, look, anybody sees me on social media before midday, then, publicly humiliate me or whatever. But it meant that I was not going to get distracted, and it really worked. So I spent 40, I think I did 4 of these Pomodoros, and then I had a bit of a break for lunch, and I did another couple. So a really good chunk of time spent this morning and into the early afternoon working on some on these projects, and I feel like I got a good bit of structure coming through. The one for the sales conference is still way too much in it and it's not joined up enough. It's not that there's too much content, it's not connected enough. So I'll need to rethink some of that, but that's fine. I kind of feel like I know where I am and where I'm going with that. The talk at the school seems to be, that's a 10-minute talk, and again my challenge there will be what to strip out, how to keep it a really clean, simple message. The Big Buzz, the networking event on the 22nd, that's come together quite well. I've got some good pieces of that. Again, it's only 10 minutes long, and that'll be quite a fun presentation to give as well. And the DJ conference, which is on the 25th, which is 2 weeks on Monday, that one is, I had a really useful call with someone. In fact, I spent about 40 minutes working on that. And came up with a bunch of questions for one of the guys who introduced me to the conference organisers, a chap called Tony, who's also one of the speakers. Because he said, look, if you've got any questions about it, about the audience, about their challenges and so on, then let me know. So I had a call with him, and he answered all my questions and gave me loads of really good ideas as well. Really good job that I did speak to him, because it gave me so much more clarity on who the audience is, which is going to be really important. He was talking about kind of DJs in general. This crew, this audience aren't really a cross-section of DJs. They're people who have really kind of taken the industry and their business seriously. They're really building it. They go to workshops. Some people don't like going to workshops and seminars and courses and whatever. But these guys are, and they aren't, I think, 98% men, he said. So it gave me a really good idea as to who I'll be presenting to and what I can come up with to make sure I'm adding value and it being a useful session. It's a 60-minute keynote that I'm delivering there. So that was good. He's also introduced me to a couple of other people, DJs, who will be there, that I can interview beforehand to find out some of the things that they've already done to make some changes. And because they're quite well known in the industry and people at the conference will generally know who they are, I can actually then reference them, maybe even get a couple up on the stage as sort of case studies to highlight some of the points that I'm trying to make as well. So that'll be kind of an interesting thing. Part of me thinks, well, it's me giving the talk, so maybe I should be doing the talking. But actually, that if I can facilitate that, that'll be a really good way for me to get the message across in a way that is very relatable, because it's not just me saying, hey guys, here's an idea that you could do, try this, try that, think this way instead. Actually getting other people to who are already doing this, have made some of these changes and have the same sort of challenges as all these other DJs, then I think that's going to be quite a powerful piece. So all in all, a fairly productive day. I don't think Andy's meeting in London went as well as it could have done, though he seems to be quite positive about it. I don't think it's going to lead to any kind of immediate massive contracts or anything, but we have another meeting next week and I'm going to go to that one with him as well. Which again does sound promising, but probably not till after the summertime. So it's all there or thereabouts. I'm networking meeting tomorrow. I'm actually going into Oxford tomorrow as well for taking part in a study called the Oxford Biobank study, where they're going to do a DEXA scan, which is like a body scan. They look at your body fat percentage, bone density, and so on. I had done about 7 years ago. It's fascinating. But they also take blood samples and they do a fat biopsy of my bottom and my tummy, which I've never had done before, and I'm not exactly looking forward to that bit. But I'm volunteering for this, so it's entirely up to me to do it. So I'll just go along with it and see what happens. But I'm sure I'll get some useful experience out of it. Anyway, there we go. There's my update for the day. I'll be back again tomorrow. As always, give it a good old YouTube thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Make sure you check back again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.